Right, £5 says that's going to fall off. It's definitely going to fall. Right, let there be light. There we go. Hello, welcome to another video. Today, a Happy New Year, first and foremost. It's 2023, so I hope that the running gods are kind to you this year, and I'm really looking forward personally to another year of running. I've only had this YouTube channel for just over a year. I documented so much of my running life last year, and I can't wait to do more of that this year. And yes, I hope that for you it goes really well as well. So this video, what I wanted to do is just have a quick chat about some of my goals, my time goals really. They're not resolutions. I'm not really a big New Year's resolution maker, normally because they've gone out the window by the second week of January. But really just some targets that I want to hit, and more than ever, I feel goal driven, target driven. And I think that's really helped me it's really helped me focus with my running. And I think, I wouldn't say it's not a good idea not to have a target, because some people will argue the opposite. You might lose focus on what is actually important. But for me, I am especially target driven and goal driven, and I've absolutely loved hitting the targets that I set myself for 2022. So let's jump into this, and let's start with the 4 distances that I want to have targets for. You guessed it, 5K, 10K, half marathon. So let's start with the 5K. Now, coming into 2022, my previous target, my previous PB was 24:51. And I set myself a target of 23 minutes. And literally 3 or 4 days ago, not even that, what day is it? There's the 2nd of Jan, 3rd of Jan today. On New Year's Eve, I did a park run with Brett Elsmore, Obi-Wan Brand, and he paced me to a huge, massive PB. Go and watch his video. Go and give him a sub. Go and give him a like and a comment, all that YouTubey good stuff. It's a great video, and I'm really glad for 2 things: that he agreed to pace me and sacrifice his own park run, so that's amazing of him. And secondly, that he filmed it. So yeah, big love, nice one, Brett. So I managed to come in with a 21:34. Now, just doing the quick maths on that, that is 24:51, so 21:51 be 3 minutes. It's nearly 3.5 minute PB across 12 months. So delighted with the amount of progress that I managed to get. And something tells me that I'll be having another crack at a 5K PB this time next year, or New Year's Eve, towards the end of 2023. But the goal for my 5K pace, my 5K time, is ambitious. I want to go sub 20. I know you're thinking, and let me just say this across all these targets that I'm going to just reel off. Some of these are attainable, some of these are not. This might be not achievable at all. I personally felt that on New Year's Eve I ran out of my skin, and I don't think I'm capable of a second more. But of course I am. Of course I'm capable of giving more. I just got to keep consistently training, and I will get there. Will it happen in 12 months? Hopefully. I'm going to try. So that is what you will see me aiming for, my super objective over 2023, a sub 20 minute 5K. Now that will put me with some really fast runners. I've never run that fast in my life. I don't even do intervals at 4 minutes at the moment. So a lot of changes will need to happen. I'm going to hopefully stay injury free as well. So I'll have to be mindful of that. But if I don't hit these targets, I won't mind. I just want to have them as something to try and strive towards, because maybe my 2022 targets were a little bit too conservative, and a lot of them I smashed at the first attempt, with my marathon and with my for example with my half marathon as well. So moving on to the 10K. Now 10K for me personally is my least favorite distance. You've probably heard me say that before. I've done a couple of 10K races. The reason for that is because it's basically 5K twice. Sorry to be Captain Obvious, but the amount of effort is so similar, I find, to a 5K. There's just, it's a crazily energy demanding distance, and yeah, probably my least favourite distance out of the lot of them, but nonetheless, it's still enjoyable. Now this year I managed to get myself a 45:58, which I set at the Redditch 10K, and I quite fancy going a little bit under that this year. I think on a flatter course, if I can find the right 10K, maybe in the second half of 2023, I think I'm going to try and focus on going for a 44-minute. You might be thinking that's a bit conservative or a bit of a unambitious target, considering I've just said I want to do a sub 20-minute 5K. But as the distances increase, I get progressively more and more tired. I'm better on shorter distances, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm better on longer distances. I'm still trying to work everything out. All I know is that I ain't got to do a sub 40-minute 10K, so I can just get that out of my head straight away. So I think 44 minutes is way more achievable for me, and if I can go under that, brilliant. And the reason that I'm keeping that conservative is because I won't have too many cracks at a 10K, because I won't be doing that distance in races too often. Now the next thing I want to talk about is the half marathon. Now probably my favourite racing distance. I came into 2022 with a 2 hour exactly on the money half marathon PB, and by March I'd beaten that. I got 1:45. Then in Worcester 6 months later, I managed to get 1:44, which I was over the moon with. I think my target originally was to beat a 1:55, and I managed to get 1:45 within 3 months of setting myself that target. So I'm going to go for a 1 hour 36 half marathon this year. Still don't feel confident to go sub 1:30. That's for years to come. I will chase that further down the line, but I think for me, attainable and achievable, but I would have to work so hard for this, would be a 1:36. Yeah, I think that's sensible yet ambitious. And then moving on to the marathon distance, as you know, I did 2 marathons last year. I got a 4 hour 22, a 4:02, and I'd originally set myself a target of completing those marathons in sub 4:30, so I managed to do that. Marathons are hard. If you didn't know, marathons are very, very, very difficult. And there's a lot of strategy that needs to come into play, way more strategy than just flying out the blocks like a 5K and just thinking, right, I've got a bad tummy or I've got whatever problem I've got, I'll deal with that in 25 minutes. You can't really do that in a marathon. There's a lot of different factors at play that you need to deal with. So I am being ambitious again. I'm setting myself a 2023 target of 3 hours and 30 minutes, which is a 4:57 kilometer pace, which is just under 8 minutes a mile. That is currently pretty much my half marathon PB. So I don't know how I'm going to find the energy and the strength to run that twice, but I'm going to try and find it. I'm going to try and work so hard this year to make that happen. The marathons that I've done, both have been so different. Amsterdam was the best marathon that I've run out of the two of them. It was better than Brighton. And I'm going to try, if I can, and leave a bit in the tank when I do Manchester Run Around, which is coming up. And maybe just try and go a bit harder towards the second half of the race. We'll see when we get closer to the time, but I really like the idea of saving a bit in the tank and not obviously going out too fast and not expending too much energy too soon, so we can stay in the game and give myself the best chance of getting that time. Now the sub 3:30 or the 3:30 marathon time, I don't want to run that in Manchester because I don't think I'll be ready for that, because my current PB is 4:02. That will probably be later on in the year. I'm hopefully going to do 2 or maybe more marathons this year. So yes, 3:30, the ultimate goal. Will it happen? I don't know. Will any of these things happen? I don't know. But I've got to be ambitious yet realistic. I don't want to overtrain and injure myself, but I don't want to hit these targets really early on or at the first attempt and wish I'd have pushed myself a bit harder. So I've got to find that the happy medium. So that's all for this video. I really hope you've enjoyed it all. I really hope that you can find some parallels with your running. Let me know in the comments which of those distances you're really focusing on. Are you trying to increase all your times over those distances like I am? Because I find enjoyment at those different distances apart from 10K. And yeah, it just really helps me feel like I'm making progress. When I get a parkrun PB, I think, wow, I actually am getting faster. I get a half marathon PB and think, wow, that used to be my 5K pace. I wonder what I can run a 10K in. Well, if I can run my 10K at this pace, I wonder what my marathon pace could be. And that's how it goes. And I've really enjoyed thinking that way. So yes, as I said, let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to running this year, either race-wise or time-wise. And yeah, let's smash those goals together. Thanks for watching this video. I will see you for the training videos of Manchester, which will be getting released very soon, which I'm looking forward to getting my teeth stuck into, and beyond. 2023, it's gonna be good. Got a good feeling. See you soon. Ta-da.